Welcome to Excel Tips and tip number 24. In this tip we're going to show you grouping and outlining, something which can be very useful in summarising data or just hiding it away for quick use later. Now there's a couple of ways to do this, slightly different in 2003 compared to 2007 and 10, but we'll show you each way. So the first simple way is if you select the data and if you hold down Alt, Shift and your right arrow, it will actually bring up the grouping screen, and from this you can group the rows or the columns. So in this example we're going to group the rows, and you see if I say OK there, it allows me to group those rows and they hide. You see this changes from a minus when it's open to a plus, which means when it's a plus you can expand it and see more data. Now the other thing that you can do to get rid of this is you go Alt, Shift and then left arrow, which gets rid of the grouping. Now the different way to do that in I should say the keyboard shortcuts works throughout all versions of Excel. The way that you do this in 2007 and 10 is you go to data and you can see that there's a group function, and you can say group and ungroup. So you actually got two buttons there for it. In Excel 2003 you go to the data menu, scroll down to group and you select that, and then you can choose whether or not you want rows or columns to be selected. And I'll just quickly, while I'm here, I'll show you columns. So Alt Shift right. It's just going to do it automatically now because I've got the whole row selected. Sorry. Alt Shift right. And that's it. Columns, and you'll see now I can actually hide the entire data, which isn't of much use in this example, but it just shows you that it's there for use. I can tell you I use it a lot on data sheets, so you just have the headings and you've got your data underneath, and it just makes it more consolidated and easier to read for the user, and also quite useful obviously on a dashboard where in this example you might only want to see revenue and expenses and not see the actual breakdowns. So it can be quite useful, and of course you can also do multiple levels of grouping, which is the other thing. So you can actually go out as many levels as you want and group down as necessary. Anyhow, that's grouping, and that was tip number 24.